Infanta Maria Luisa of Spain was Holy Roman Empress, German Queen, Queen of Hungary and Bohemia, Grand Duchess of Tuscany as the spouse of Leopold II, Holy Roman Emperor. Named Maria Luisa was born a princess of Naples and Sicily. Her father, the future Charles III of Spain, had become King of Naples and Sicily in 1735 after its occupation by the Spanish in the War of Polish Succession. After her father became King of Spain at the death of her half-uncle, Ferdinand VI of Spain in 1759, she became known as Infanta Maria Luisa of Spain. She still had the use of the style of Royal Highness. Background: Maria Luisa was born in Portici, in Campania, the site of the summer palace of her parents, King Charles, King of Naples and Sicily, and Maria Amalia of Saxony. She was the fifth daughter, and second surviving child, of her parents. Her father became King of Spain as Charles III in 1759, and she moved with her family to Spain. Her first cousins included Louis XVI, Maria I of Portugal and Charles Emmanuel IV of Sardinia, Grand Duchess of Tuscany. Maria Luisa was originally intended to marry the future Emperor Joseph II, but this was stopped by the discontent of Louis XV of France, who instead wished for Joseph to marry his granddaughter, Isabella of Parma. On 16 February 1764 she was married by proxy at Madrid to Archduke Peter Leopold, the second son of Emperor Francis I and Empress Maria Theresa of Austria, and the heir apparent to the Grand Duchy of Tuscany. Before her marriage, she was made to renounce her rights to the throne of Spain upon the wish of her father. After her wedding by proxy, she traveled to Austria by way of Barcelona, Geneva and Bolzano. The next year, on the 5th of August, she married him in person at Innsbruck. Only a few days later, the death of Emperor Francis made Maria Luisa's husband the new Duke of Tuscany, and the newly married couple moved to Florence, where they would live for the next 25 years. The couple arrived to Florence the 13th of September 1765. They were settled in the Palazzo Pitti. By the time of her wedding, Maria Luisa was described as a blue-eyed beauty with a vivid charm, unpretentious and simple, and with a disposition to be generous and kind, and her natural warm friendliness was said to have contrasted to the somewhat cold nature of Leopold. By her strict Catholic upbringing, Maria Luisa was raised to endure any hardship of pregnancy and marriage without complaint, a role she also fulfilled during her marriage. The relationship between Maria Luisa and Leopold has been described as happy, and Maria Luisa as a supporting and loyal wife. She accepted the infidelities of her spouse without complaints. Among his most known lovers were Lady Anna Gorcaupa, and another was the ballerina Livia Raimondi, with whom he had a son, Luigi von Grun, and gave her own palace at Piazza San Marco. As Grand Duchess of Tuscany, Maria Luisa made herself appreciated already the first year in Florence, during the famine of 1765, when she provided the poor and needing with food and medical aid, and she was referred to as an ideal model of feminine virtue. She was never crowned as Grand Duchess, though she was present at the coronation of Leopold in July 1768. She accompanied her consort and her sister-in-law, Maria Carolina of Austria, at the latter's marriage to her brother, the King of Naples. The couple remained there for the summer of 1768. In 1770, she accompanied Leopold on his visit to Vienna. Maria Luisa and Leopold neither enjoyed formal occasions and rarely participated in representation or indeed upheld much of a ceremonial court life at all, while Leopold spent his time with politics and his personal pleasure life. Maria Luisa isolated herself almost completely from high society and devoted herself completely dictated the upbringing of her children. Maria Luisa and her spouse gave their children a very free upbringing away from any formal court life, and occasionally took them on trips to the countryside and the coast. She remained mostly unknown in the local aristocracy, and restricted her private social life to a very small circle of friends. Holy Roman Empress. In 1790, on the death of Peter Leopold's childless brother, Joseph II, Maria Luisa's husband inherited the Habsburg lands in Central Europe, and was shortly thereafter elected Holy Roman Emperor. Taking the name of Leopold II, the new emperor moved his family to Vienna, where Maria Luisa took on the role of imperial consort. Leopold died scarcely 2 years later, on the 1st of March 1792. Maria Luisa followed her husband to the grave in less than 3 months, not living long enough to see her eldest son Francis elected as the last Holy Roman Emperor. Mozart's opera La Clemenza di Tito was commissioned by the Estates of Bohemia as part of the festivities that accompanied the coronation of Maria Luisa and her husband Leopold as King and Queen of Bohemia in Prague on 6 September 1791. In musical circles, Maria Luisa is famous for her putative denigration of Mozart's opera, which she supposedly dismissed as una porcheria tedesca. However, no claim that she made this remark predates the publication in 1871 of Alfred Meisner's Rococo Bilder, Nachtaufzeichnung an Mainz Großvaters, a collection of stories about cultural and political life in Prague in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Issue. Maria Theresa of Austria married Anton of Saxony and had issue. Francis II, Holy Roman Emperor, married Elizabeth of Württemberg and had issue. Married Maria Theresa of Naples and Sicily and had issue. Married Maria Ludovica of Austria s no issue. Married Caroline Augusta of Bavaria and o issue. Ferdinand III, Grand Duke of Tuscany, married Louisa of Naples and Sicily and had issue. Married Maria Ferdinanda of Saxony, no issue. Maria Anna of Austria died unmarried. Charles of Austria married Henrietta of Nassau-Weilburg and had issue. Alexander Leopold of Austria died unmarried. Albrecht Johann Joseph of Austria died in infancy. Maximilian of Austria died in infancy. Joseph of Austria married Grand Duchess Alexandra Pavlovna of Russia and had issue. Married Hermann of Anhalt-Bernburg-Schaumburg-Hoym and had issue. Married Maria Dorothea of Württemberg and had issue. Maria Clementina of Austria married Francesco, hereditary Prince of Naples, and had issue. Anton of Austria died unmarried. Grand Master of Teutonic Knights. Maria Amalia of Austria never married, no issue. Johann of Austria married Morgan Atterley. Rainer of Austria married Elizabeth of Savoy and had issue. Louis of Austria died unmarried. Rudolph of Austria died unmarried. Ancestry, Titles and Styles. The 24th of November 1745 to 10 August 1759, Her Royal Highness Princess Maria Luisa of Sicily and Naples. The 10th of August 1759 to 16 February 1764, Her Royal Highness Infanta Maria Luisa of Spain. The 16th of February 1764 to 18 August 1765, Her Royal Highness Archduchess Maria Luisa of Austria, Princess Royal of Hungary and Bohemia. The 18th of August 1765 to 20 February 1790, Her Royal Highness the Grand Duchess of Tuscany. The 20th of February 1790 to 1 March 1792, Her Imperial Majesty the Holy Roman Empress, Archduchesses of Austria, Queen of Hungary and Bohemia. The 1st of March 1792 to 15 May 1792, Her Imperial Majesty the Holy Roman Empress Dowager Archduchesses of Austria, Queen Dowager of Hungary and Bohemia.